Yo, what's up people? Welcome back to Gacha News, and unlike E3 this year, I promise we won't be talking about one game for over 20 minutes straight. Shots fired. Anyways, y'all know the drill. Like the video if you enjoyed the content, subscribe to stay in the know of everything we do here at 5-9, and you know what? Use the comment section to express your frustrations with this year's E3, or just talk about Gacha games. You do you. Now that I got my digs in at E3, let's get into this week's stories. Remember that new Jujutsu Kaisen gacha I mentioned last week? Well, we already got some fresh news on it along with its title, which is Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. An official website launched for the game a few days ago, revealing what the visuals for the game will be like and the logo. Now let me hinder everyone's expectations just a little. New visuals and a few confirmed characters is all we have for now. But hey, at least it's something, right? So first up for confirmed characters, we have Yuji Itadori, Megumi Fushiguro, Nobara Kukusaki, Satoru Gojo, and lastly we have Kento Nanami. Now that's all the new info we have currently, but with this being the first mobile game coming for the series, I imagine we'll be hearing a lot more about this title in the months to come. Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade will be available for Android and iOS devices sometime in the near future for JP, with no word of a global version at this point. If you've been looking forward to getting your hands on Girls Frontline 2 Exilium, now's your chance. The game is going to be having a closed beta test between June 29th and July 3rd. The beta is only for CN, so to sign up you have two options. 1. Create a Bilibili account and complete the form on their site, or 2. Create a TapTap account and a Sunborn CN account, and finally fill out the survey on TapTap's website. Unfortunately, iOS users will be unable to participate in the beta, but if you have an Android or Windows device, you're good to go. You just have to do one of the two options I mentioned before. There was also a Q&A session done with the developers recently, and they gave some interesting tidbits about the game. They mentioned that the player or the commander will have no customization options, but the soldier waifus will, so, I mean, come on, that's all that matters, right? Developers also disclosed that cross-server compatibility may be possible between all servers, allowing users to transfer saves to other servers like Android to iOS, but this isn't confirmed just yet. That being said, they did confirm that the PC version and the mobile version will be using the same server, so you can transfer your girls from PC to mobile and vice versa. And lastly, they talked about the game's class system, which allows players to change a unit's class on the fly before every battle begins. Girls Frontline 2 Exilium is going to be released on Android, iOS, and PC in the near future for CN, with the global version coming sometime after the CN version releases. We got even more Girls Frontline stuff coming, but in a collaboration I definitely did not see coming. Call of Duty Mobile will be having a crossover event with Girls Frontline in the month of July. And yeah, that's it by the way. There's practically zero info on this collaboration, but it does appear to be pretty one-sided, meaning that the T-Dolls from Girls Frontline are going to be making an appearance in Call of Duty Mobile in some way. How exactly? No idea, but however they go about it, for sure it'll be very interesting to see. Also, the collaboration seems like it will only be for the CN version of COD Mobile, with no word of it coming to any other versions at this time. Call of Duty Mobile is available on Android and iOS devices for global, KN, and CN. I feel like we talked about this game every week, but hey, Alchemy Stars has finally released for global by the airing of this episode. As a quick refresher, the game is a line strategy RPG that claims to push the genre to new heights. Players attack by matching adjacent tiles with the same color, and by matching many tiles of the same color, special moves are unleashed that can cover the entire battlefield. There are 4 different colored tiles on the board that align with the 4 classes being in the game. Red for fire, blue for water, and yellow and green for, well, I imagine you get the idea. Basically, for a fire user to attack, they must attach red tiles, otherwise no action will be able to be performed. The only exception to this rule is the party captain, who can attack with any tile color combination. So make sure to plan accordingly when moving from tile to tile. From the trailer, the game appears to be pretty action-packed and intense, so if you want a new flashy gacha to play, why not try this one out? Alchemy Stars is out now on Android and iOS devices for global. The global version of D4DJ is going to be receiving a collaboration with the Quintessential Quintuplets on June 19th and conclude on the 27th. If you remember our episode a few months back, The crossover came over to the JP version of the game as well, so it's nice to see the event has finally made its way over to global. Not too much info has been revealed besides the initial announcement, but I'll quickly go over what came in the JP event. So for starters, 5 characters got skins based on each of the quintuplets. Here's Heroes, inspired by Ichika, Muni, matching with Nino, Noah and Miku, Hanamaki and Yotsuba, and lastly, Haruna and Itsuki. The 5 D4DJ girls just mentioned that got skins are also the same girls who performed the new song added called 5 Equal Feelings. Additionally, there will also be skins that came during the JP collaboration, and staying true to the theme of the event, they are each based off of a quintuplet. And beyond that, that's all that was added to the JP side of the event, so we'll just have to wait and see if anything will be different when the global side version of the collaboration releases on the 19th. D4DJ is available on Android and iOS devices for JP and global. And from our last story, we'll be talking about Nolar and Ignat's latest gacha game addiction, Counterside, which will be receiving a collaboration with the latest entry into the Guilty Gear series with Guilty Gear Strive. During the crossover event, 5 characters from Guilty Gear Strive will be coming to the game. The first being Ram Lethal, second Ino, third Milia, fourth May, and for the 5th spot, there's Soul. This is one of those, hey, we know these characters are coming, and that's kind of it announcements. So unfortunately, there isn't too much else to say for this story. If you'd like to hear about this collaboration but with someone else's voice, Ignat did a short on the crossover a couple days ago on the channel, so feel free to check that out. Counterside is available on Android, iOS, and PC for SEA, which includes English, CN, and KN. Best believe Ignat and Nolar will be going deep when this banner drops, so make sure to follow 5-9 on Twitch to catch it live. Alright, that's it on my end. Time to hand things off to Sly to close us out while I'll go on Twitter and cry about how Rayman wasn't at E3. Again. Take it away, man.
It's okay, Iron. I still don't have Sly Cooper 5 after... Hold on, let me check my notes. 8 years. So I know the pain, bud. I know the pain. Anywho's, back to the news. Dragalia Lost is leading up to its 1000 days, and they are dropping a lot of interesting stuff. Starting us off is the Gala Dragalia Remix banner. With this banner comes 2 new units, Nino and Faye Blessed Tobias. First, let's go over Nino's kit. She is a Wind Sword unit, and she has a unique kit. In her kit, she doesn't get the normal Dragon gauge like other adventurers. Instead, like Belina, she gets a unique Dragon Drive gauge. Much like Belina, her skill 1, called Fairy Stance, deals damage to enemies directly ahead and partially fills the Dragon Drive gauge. However, while in her Dragon Drive state, the mods on the skill change. In Dragon Drive, she will deal more damage with the skill and then refill the skill gauge by 100%. This will allow her to constantly spam her S1. But do keep in mind that it is not an infinite spam. Each use of the skill will consume part of her Dragon Drive gauge, so be sure to do tap attacks as well in between skill uses to keep her gauge filled. Her second skill, called Crescent Faria, will deal damage to the target and nearby enemies and reduce their strength. And like her S1, her S2 modifiers change in Dragon Drive. While in Dragon Drive, her S2 deals more damage and will now also lower defense along with strength. Moving over to Tobias, his first skill is called Fade Judgment, which deals damage to the target and nearby enemies, inflicts freeze, and partially fills the gauge for his second skill called Fade Lance. During his second skill, his standard attack pattern will change and the user will be unable to move, use 4 strikes, or dodge. Alongside these 2 units will also rerun Gala Shell, a Shadow Manicaster, and Gala Reborn Poseidon, a Water Dragon. With this banner also comes the next boss in the Trials of the Mighty event, Jeanne d'Arc. She will also give the convictions and devotions needed to Mana Spiral Gala Luca. Lastly, a new raid event called Time Worn Torment will begin on June 18th, so make sure to look forward to that. Next up is Grand Cross. Not much more going on the JP or KR side of the game, even though it's in its anniversary. Quite disappointing if you think about it. This update is only introducing the Demon Hendrickson and Dreyfus final boss, which will allow you to obtain a new outfit for Dreyfus. Over on the global side, however, they have the same voting as JP/KR did for the Bond banner alongside Excalibur Arthur. Much like JP and KR, Sariel is leading the charts with Tarmiel and Chandler in 2nd and 3rd place. The players were also able to knock Green Counter Meliodas out of the top 15 and got Green Arthur up near the top 10 if he's not already top 10. Nice work, global players, and good luck summoning for Bond. Do you like puzzle games? Do you like the Fate series? If you do, then you are in luck. Puzzle and Dragons is having a rerun of the Fate Stay Night Heaven's Field collab event. With this brings new evolutions and a new unit. Upon first login during the event, all players will receive one free pull on the collab banner, and upon completing the special collab dungeon, players will also receive an additional pull on the collab banner. One of the new evolutions is Tyrant Servant Saber Alter. Yes, it is the Salter. She has a great leader skill, even for most endgame content. She can clear up to at least all to Incarnation of Worlds, or just AA4 for short. When matching 4 attributes of Fire, Water, Wood, Light, and Dark, you gain 30% damage reduction and gain a bonus 4 combos. So with 2 of her as leader, you and your friend, you get 60% and an additional 8 combos. She's able to burst a lot of enemies when set up properly too, so she's a great unit to try and go for. In terms of the new unit, it is Shiro Emiya and Ryder. Their leader is absolutely fantastic as they get attack plus 28 and 30% damage reduction when reaching 8 combos or higher. This is not an issue as they give an additional 2 combos when matching all 5 attributes of Fire, Water, Wood, Light, and Dark. Pair them twice, like Salter, and you will get a bonus of 4 combos. That is a guaranteed 9+ combo as the 5 colors will be 5 combos and then the additional 4 you receive from the double leaders. Even if you choose to run them as a sub, they are fantastic there too, as their active gives 75% damage reduction for one turn, as well as unlocks all the orbs on the board, and then changes the board to all attributes. On June 18th, we will also be getting a rerun of the Sacred Relic Dragon banner. Same with Fate and all other collabs, all players will receive 1 free summon upon first login during the event. And upon completing the special collab dungeon, players will receive an additional pull on the collab banner. Some units to look out for on this collab are Dina, Dire, and Shivnia. Dina is great for water teams as her transform state has a 1-turn cooldown, allowing you to cycle actives to always have water orbs to activate her leader skill. Her leader gives attacker type cards HP times 2.3. She also gives all attribute cards attack times 7 when reaching 7 combos or above. And on top of that, all attribute cards attack times 3 and 25% damage reduction when attacking with 2 water combos at the same time. When doing so, also receive plus 2 combos when matching 2 water combos. Another fantastic unit is Dire. While not only buffing all stats of God-type monsters, he also gives plus 5 seconds to move orbs. In addition, he gives 11 times attack and 30% damage reduction when matching 3 of the 5 attributes at once. He will also deal 5 million damage to all enemies, ignore enemy element and defense when you match 3 of 5 attributes. Shivnia, on the other hand, makes swipe farming a breeze, even for high difficulty dungeons like Training Arena 2. Lastly, the 3rd stage of the Illusory World of Carnage has been added. Good luck to those that will attempt this dungeon. Pokemon Masters is keeping its fire going with the release of Masked Royal and Incineroar. Incineroar is a mini champion Iris, but just has a lower base power move. He has ramming speed with built-in inertia, brutal swing, dishearten, which lowers attack and or defense when using a move, in his base kit. In addition, he can raise everyone's speed and his own evasion. In his grid, he gets Pecking Order and Terrifying Sink. Both attack down equals more power to the sink. Power Posture, which is the same but for the base move. And Insult to Injury, where moves are stronger when the enemy's defense is down. And he can get evasion stuff like Bob and Weave. Unfortunately, you cannot fit all of this stuff into his grid, so you will have to pick and choose on how you want to go about building Incineroar. Meanwhile, Kiawe and Marowak in their base kit have Shadow Bone with Honor Roll, which drops the defense, then Flame Charge with Dashing Team, which is a chance to raise everyone's speed when a move is successful. In their grid, they get some goodies in terms of support. Do you like healing? I sure do. Marowak has not 1, but 2 potion MPR refreshes and 2 master healers. There's no such thing as too much healing, and these 4 nodes in total make them a nice addition to teams. Lastly, the Johto region now leads the daily BP rotation event, so be sure to use sync pairs from Johto to get better rewards. Lastly, it is now time for the 4th anniversary on Danmachi Memoria Freese. With this anniversary comes 7 new units. Yes, 7. 4 of them being adventurers and 3 being assists. The 4 new adventurers are Belle Cornell, Wealth Prozo, Sanjono Haruhime, and Lily Ruka Arde. Both Belle and Wealth will focus more on the physical attacks, while Haruhime and Lily focus more on the magical attacks. And the 3 assist units are Hestia, Ilia, and Aphrodite. Hestia grants allies water attack damage and wind attack damage plus 15%, and adds 3 reaction effect, so when attacked, allies will get physical res and magical res plus 30% for 2 turns. This effect can only occur once per turn. Ilia will grant allies 2 times null magic attack excluding super attacks, and add 3 reaction effects. When attacked with magic, 75% chance to add to yourself 1x null magic attack excluding SAs. This effect will only occur once per turn as well. And lastly, Aphrodite will give enemies AoE damage taken plus 20%, and agility, guard rate, and counter rate minus 15%. All in all, pretty decent set of units for the anniversary. For those that have not played Memoria Freeze before and are looking at this with concern as there are 7 new units, Memoria Freeze is one of the most free-to-play friendly games out there and are considered one of the top 3 gachas when it comes to how they handle their anniversary. So do not fret about being low on currency. The game will provide more than enough to do some summons. That's all for this week's Gacha News. I'm your co-host Sly, signing us off here at 59 Gaming. Hope you all enjoyed E3 and hope you enjoyed the many events going on across these Gacha games. Have a great weekend, everybody.